Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
Got a song for you.
Oh, do you?
The Itchy and Scratchy Show!
Oh my God.
Where do you itch?
Wherever the poison ivy is, pretty much everywhere.
God. I'm sorry. Look at you. You're so cute when you're upset. So you itch real bad.
Not real bad, but bad enough. I did last week. It was bad.
How much of your body's covered?
My arms, a lot of my arms, my legs. There's a lot of my stomach.
And what are you putting on it?
My feet. Oh crap! Like some kind of pharmacological hydrocortisone stuff, and taking prednisone and some other anti-itch stuff that I can't remember the name of it.
Does it begin with a T and have a tube with a red bottom?
Well, my bottom's not red. Is that what you're asking?
It will be when I paddle it.
I didn't get it on my butt.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, too bad. Huh?
Not that you got it on your butt, but your butt.
No, I don't
stinks.
think. No, there's three medications. One is for there's a oral. Well, they're both oral, I guess. Not oral, but there's a pill.
I love listening to you talk.
It's getting a little dirty.
I love when you talk oral.
There's a pill for itchiness, and then there's a cream to put on the stuff. Just spray my cream all over my body, Kevin.
So you're taking a cream because you itch.
That's right. I got that itch for some cream.
I bet you did. Am I right, ladies? How does one get this much poison ivy all over their body? Did you just lay down and roll in it?
No, I think what happened was, well, you told me that you usually get it from
weed whacking.
Weed whacking. Yeah, I did that, but I did that
naked
before I went on vacation last month. So that was earlier in the month. But then when we came back from vacation, I think the second time I cut the grass, we had some big old tree weeds growing up through the deck.
Yeah.
And I was even thinking at the time, I was like, I wonder if there's poison ivy back here. So I went inside and I put on, those blue nitrile gloves.
Yeah.
I put those on to get the weeds out because I had to use a cutter and everything.
Yeah.
So I got all the weeds out, dragged them over to the back of the shed where we put all our cuttings and stuff. And then what I think was, I don't remember putting the gloves on. I know I didn't put regular gardening gloves on, but Sarah said I put the blue gloves on. The only thing I can think of is that I got it on the gloves.
Sarah with the blue gloves.
Right.
With the blue gloves.
Well, it would be me with the blue gloves.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But there's when I take off, I was wearing my short socks because it was hot. So I usually take off. Shut up. I take off. The ones that don't come up over my cat.
Yeah, I got you.
Son of a bitch.
Fergie's got his short socks. He's got his short socks on.
So I think it was on the gloves because I usually take off my shoes and socks before I come in the house, and there are these giant welts right where I would take off my socks, where I would put my thumb to take my socks off.
Ew.
And then it must have gotten through the gloves a little bit because I guess it touched me too in some places because my arm is a big mess, and I had little strips of it everywhere.
Oy vey.
And they came up first, and they were all blistery and really popping up blisters and yellow pus running down my arm and shit like that, stuff like that. Sorry. And then it would slowly come up on my stomach. There would be just the red splotches under my eyes. It was all red and splotchy.
Oy.
So yeah, I must have taken the gloves off and rubbed my hands and had a little residual oil on there from the poison ivy.
The Itchy and Scratchy Show.
It's not as scratchy when I take the medication and put the cream on, so it's okay.
Yeah,
but now it's starting to scab.
Yeah,
it's just flaking off.
And your house is dusty.
Yeah. Well, that's what dust is, isn't it? Dead skin.
Dead skin cells piling up.
Yeah, but this is a little chunkier. This dead skin. And thank God it's not all the thing. They're not as angry red as they used to be. So that's good. And it doesn't hurt as much in the shower.
Ew.
Well, that has nothing to do with the poison ivy. So.
Did Did you get it on your wee little weaver? Do you have it on your wee little weaver?
I'm not going to say.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you for coming out. How you doing? How are you? All right. Well, now, coming at you, pre-recorded live right here in KMAX Studios, in the heart of Connecticut, in association with Del Mar Valle. Are you ready for the silliest and the goofiest show around? And now your hosts are Ferg and Ferg. Hey, Ferg.
Hey, what's up?
Ferg, thank you for coming all the way over.
Sure, thanks for having me.
Good old Bob Sherman.
This is Bob Sherman.
And also Sal LaSalle.
Hey, Zorbenator. This is Sal LaSalle.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight's secret word is Atari. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 53 titled Itchy and Bitchy.
Great.
This is a podcast about nothing and everything all at once, pre-recorded live right here in the heart of Connecticut in KMAX Studios in association with Del Mar Valle.
That's me.
That's Ferg and Murgatroyd. Remember, tonight's secret word is Atari. I just want to take this time to say hello to my friend who is very itchy, not too bitchy yet, but we'll see how tonight goes. I do feel bad for you. I have had poison ivy so bad. Every time that I get poison ivy, my face swells up, even if it's not on my face.
Really?
My face swells up.
That's bad.
I've told you before, my mom had it in her lungs from someone burning it next door.
Oh.
She got rushed to the hospital and had to be put out because of the torture I cannot imagine, and she survived it.
Yeah.
Oy, that's just terrible.
Yeah.
So, how are you, Fergie Purgy?
I'm doing better. I don't have the worst part was going to work with my skin bubbling over.
Looking like some kind of toxic Avenger.
Yeah, and I had to put like a big sterile gauze pad on it because I didn't want all the
People
gooey pus to get into the bread and stuff, and I don't think that helped.
When did you start serving custard? This is delicious. Oh, I itch.
Yeah.
God
well,
bless
actually,
you.
I thought it was contagious, but I looked it up, and it's not.
Yeah.
You can only get it from the oil.
You can get it from the oil, but I think the blood of the impure can make it into the blood of the innocent, therefore causing what they call crotch itch.
Okay.
Crotch itch, Ferg.
No, you can't get it. It's not contagious, so don't listen to Kevin.
Oh. Thank God.
Yeah.
Well, before we continue, I have one thing very important to say, and you should hold yours up too. Do you still have yours?
It's in the other room, yeah, but it's the same as yours.
Ladies and gentlemen,
hold it up for all our listeners to see, Kevin.
What I'm holding in my hands right here is a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Ferg has
What's
one
going
too
on
in Delaware.
I do.
Well, it happens to be a shipping documentation.
It is a shipping document, yes.
This has to do with the food delivered to both you and me from one doctor, Kevin McLaughlin.
Yes, thank you, doctor.
Thank you, doctor. You have
the cure for what else? Yeah,
a cure for the fat and hungry.
Yep.
He sent us Omaha steaks. God bless you, Kevin. Thank you so very much. Perfect time for you because of your poison ivy and all your bitching. And
I took the dry ice and rubbed it on the poison.
Did you? You know what I did with the dry ice? I dumped it in the sink and then poured water on it because I was just curious. And then I looked online and realized you're not supposed to do that. Because you're not supposed to breathe the fumes. Of course, all my windows are open already because it's beautiful up here. And then I was like, no, let me put it back in the bag. But before I do that, let's see what else it does. And I had some fun in the house for a while. But
good.
Yeah, Kevin, thank you so much. So much stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of stuff.
So our Labor Day weekends are going to be fat and filling, and God bless you, Kevin.
They already have been.
I haven't opened mine yet. We're waiting for...
I had it for lunch this morning and dinner tonight. And...
Oh, gosh. All of it? You're finished already?
No. The cakes are gone, but...
Oh, no. What is it?
For both, we both split them. So.
Chocolate mousse?
Chocolate? No, it was like a chocolate mousse. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And there was a raspberry one.
Oh my god.
Lemon meringue one, which I really liked, and then tiramisu, which I love tiramisu, so that was good too. And I think there were 4 little like finger cakes of each of those. They were good.
Gross. So you've had. Thank you, Kevin, from the bottom of my heart.
Yes, thank you so much, Kevin. It's not absolutely not necessary, but we thank you very much.
Now hold up on the not so necessary comment. There's no reason for that. No, thank you so much, Kevin. It means a lot.
Yeah, we love you, Kevin. Thank you.
Hey, Ferg.
Hey, Kevin.
Any birthdays going on in your area?
Why, yes, Kevin. Today is my darling wife's birthday, Sarah's birthday.
All right.
Yeah.
Sarah. Happy birthday, Sarah. She turns.
I love her very much.
You should, because she's an awesome lady. 25? 26?
25, yep.
25.
Yep.
I guess
she is currently away for the weekend.
Where did she left you on her birthday again?
Well, she goes with her parents every year to the Bluegrass Festival in Woodstown, in New Jersey.
I think this is starting to bother me because every time I've talked to you, she hasn't been around.
Well, it was just this time and the last time.
Hmm.
So she's having fun. They went to a good diner for dinner tonight.
What did you?
She just left today.
What'd you do with Sarah?
What do you mean?
Where's Sarah?
She's at the Woodstown Bluegrass Festival, Kevin.
Ferg.
Yes?
Look me in the eye.
All right, she's in the crawl space. No, she's not in the crawl space. I love you, Sarah.
I love her too, by the way. That was, we should tell everybody, we finally met face to face again.
That's right. We did, yeah.
So we got to see each other and see what we look like up close. Yeah. It's not as good looking as Skype. No. It's more 3D.
We don't see our stomachs in Skype.
Didn't I tell you that too? I said, you look so different in 3D.
Probably. I take up more space in 3D than in Skype.
But we had fun, and you walk really fast.
Do I?
Well, yeah, I guess because I'm a cripple.
Sorry.
But I could not keep up with you when we were walking around town in Leesburg.
Sorry.
Where did we eat? Windy City?
I think it's called Windy City Hot Dogs or Red Hots or something like that. Windy City Red Hots, maybe. Yeah, it was good.
Very good. Thank you so much. And the noises that came out of me afterwards.
I'm sure your sister appreciated that.
Oh.
That's why you're on the couch.
So we met in Virginia. He came to help. I gave him a drum set. Most of you know that. You saw that on Facebook. I miss it already. The more I think about it just sitting in your house, not being used.
Well, I haven't had a chance to get to it yet, Kevin. I got to get a key. I don't have a key anymore. And
make one. Do you think that early drummers had keys? No, they made them out of stone and metal.
Okay.
They
also
forged
didn't have
it.
Yeah. Oh, I guess they did have skins, huh?
Yeah, they made skins. If they didn't have skins, they found them. If they didn't take them from animals, they took it from loved ones. Where's Sarah? And then
I gotta get a snare drum.
Yeah,
I wish I still hadn't. Go ahead.
I had an extra.
Oh, you did?
I found it when I came home. I found the extra, and it wasn't really for that kit, but I purchased one for that kit.
Did you?
And I forgot I had it, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that's all right. I still wish I had mine from when I was a kid. It was a Ludwig.
Oh, okay. That would have fit perfectly with that set.
It would have, yeah.
You can get one.
I'll find one, yeah. My dad, I really appreciate this. He saw the picture I posted and said that when I'm ready, that he would get the cymbals for me. So that's pretty
bless
awesome.
Him.
Yeah. Thank you, Dad.
Sweet. Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Back to birthday. So, Sarah, happy birthday. Sarah is much taller in person, ladies and gentlemen, and it freaked me out.
Really? You think so?
I think so. You were taller in person, of course, but to see Farrah? To see Sarah just threw me a loop. I couldn't believe that she was that tall for some reason. And the pictures, when you guys are together, she stands maybe armpit to you. And it's freaky to see her, and she's pretty tall. And it was freaky. It scared me at first. I was like, please don't hurt me. I hid next to my sister. We all played pool.
That was fun.
Yeah, you lost.
Well, I scratched on the 8-ball, didn't I?
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
And it was really nice to see you. So that's how I'm doing. That'll be how am I. That's how I am.
I appreciate the drum set no end.
And
thank you very much.
I can't wait till you play it no end.
Yeah. Well, money's a little tight, so it's going to be a while.
No, that's fine.
I have been looking on the Facebook groups for stuff. So.
And do you do Craigslist and eBay? Yeah.
eBay, not so much. Craigslist, I haven't really looked at. No.
Craigslist is pretty good for local music goodies.
Yeah.
eBay, I'm starting to get into because I finally figured out that there's a purchase now or a buy now button, so you don't have to sit there and go through all the stupid bidding.
You finally figured that out.
I know, I'm an idiot. But yes, I finally came across that button because
they're not all buy it now, but some of them, a lot of them are these days.
It took me a while. I do want to wish quick birthday wishes to Greg Varney, who is an incredible podcaster and an incredible pastor as well, and a heart of gold, and he can sing and he can play music, and he's like a man of many talents. It's like wrapping up everything in one person. He's a sweet guy. And my buddy Nancy, who I deliver to, and she's a sweetheart and she's funny. And upcoming birthdays, Brian Chenier, the gentleman who took me up to Vermont and is taking me again. I don't mean to yell at you, but I'm excited. And upcoming again, before we record again, Heather Bates McCoy, the wife of good old Doug McCoy. Her birthday's coming up to them. And my buddy Terry and my buddy Tripp. And we could go on, but I won't. Oh, gosh. Melissa.
Can I go on a little bit?
Yeah, if you have friends there.
Yeah, I do. My friend David, who I met through my podcast, he sent me the Android phone that just worked as a Wi-Fi thing, which I really appreciate. Thank you, David. I actually have a smartphone now, Android actual phone.
It's got to be a fun feeling.
Yeah, it is. And also, happy birthday to RJ, who on Atari Age, there was a thread called
"The secret word is Atari." Continue.
Okay, so he's on that forum. He was on a thread called the Two Worthy Video Game Podcasts, and they talked about all these different video game podcasts that were coming out and what they liked and what they didn't like, and he helped a lot in
happy birthday,
how I did my show. So thank you to RJ and happy birthday.
And that's all in your collection?
Yeah, all that's coming up tomorrow.
All right, well here. Oh, it's ready.
Happy birthday!
You know what I love doing to irritate my wife?
Everything.
Not only that, it gets her every time. I'll go, honey, look. And what I'll do is I'll lie in bed with the blankets up to my neck, and I'll just look straight up at the ceiling. And it drives her freaking crazy because I'm not doing anything. But I go, honey, look. And I'll just sit there and not move. And I'll be like, did you see it? And she's like, would you shut the hell up? That is so childish. I said, honey, you looked. It makes her so mad. So if you really want to irritate your wife, just do that. Just lay there. It's almost I call it reverse planking.
Okay.
Because you're lying on your back.
Irritating my wife is real good for our marriage, so I do that quite often.
They're not going to go anywhere. They need you. I always tell her, you go ahead and try to do better. And then she's gone for a couple hours. She always comes back. There's too much stuff here. She might do better, but then she has to move the stuff, and she doesn't want to.
All right.
Hey, shall we do anything exciting?
Yes.
It's time for something exciting.
What?
I almost spit up my coffee on the what?
I'm sure it's going to be right on time on the recording, too.
Sure.
So anyway, next week, I'm gritting my teeth. I'm going to Atari Party East. So my friend Bill started this out in California, and he ended up moving I always wanted to go. They used to have people from that company at the gathering, and they would play all the different systems that company put out. And he had a library. It was a public library, so everybody could come.
Yeah.
My friend Bill on the East Coast, who lives pretty close to where I grew up, is having an invitation-only party because it's his house and it's his home arcade. So,
oh, wow.
So that's next weekend. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be bringing some stuff. I think my 7800 and my Aladdin controller, if I can get it working, because I screwed it up. So
that'll be pretty cool. Now, all of these, do you just have to bring games for that system, or what do you do?
Well, he's going to try to have every Atari and computer set up. And I don't think he has a 7800, which is why he asked me to bring one. Plus, he's got a bunch of arcade games, and we're just going to play, talk and play games. That's basically.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Basically, all it is.
What would you guys talk about when y'all get together?
Stuff from that company.
What? I don't understand what you're saying.
Atari.
The secret word is Atari.
That's right. So I'm really excited to go, and I'm going to be meeting a lot of people that I've been talking to for years, through the podcast. So that'll be fun.
That'll be very fun.
I'm a little nervous because that's how I get, with this kind of thing, but I'm excited to.
What podcast do you do?
I do the 2600 Game by Game podcast.
What does that have to do with?
It has to do with the 2600.
No, the 2600.
Don't be gratuitous.
Gratuitous. Is that one of the 7 deadly sins?
Yes, I think so. Gratuity. It's 18% of the 7 deadly sins.
Well, my exciting came in the mail with my guitar hooks that didn't work. I put my guitars, actually, you can see.
Oh, yeah.
You see them all up on the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are 10-inch penny nails. Holding them puppies up. Because I bought guitar hooks, 10 of them, from the Amazon. Have you heard about the Amazon there, Ferg?
The what now?
The Amazon.
The jungle?
Not the jungle. It's a website. They just recently bought Whole Food.
Oh,
not partial.
That's right. I heard about that. Yeah.
And they really dropped the prices nice in our area. 43% down.
What?
Yeah, they did an incredible job. They're kicking the crap out of everything. Stop and Shop customers are leaving because Whole Foods has it 43% cheaper. It's awesome. But anyway, guitar hooks. So I bought 10 of them. I put 2 of them up, and the guitars fell off the wall. That made me mad. So I took the guitar hooks and put them in a bag and saved them for another day because I'm just putting it in drywall, and I should have known. But they had the drywall screws, and I figured that would work. No, it just made big gaping holes in the wall.
The Mollies? Like the Molly things with the plastic base?
The password is Molly. Yeah, I never knew they were called Mollies.
That's what my father-in-law calls them. I didn't know that either. So.
Neat. Yeah, the Mollies didn't work because I guess this drywall's very old or something. I don't know. And so I put them up with that. But in that package, aside from that Amazon story, this is what came in Amazon.
I can't. You got to.
It's in the show notes, damn it.
Well, you have to say it. This is
Breaking 1 and 2. It's a Blu-ray of the movie Breakin' from 1980, what, 5, 4, 3, 2?
I don't know.
This is from 1984. And check out these special features from Breakin' and Breakin' 2.
Okay.
And they'll tell you something personal about this movie. This has a new commentary with Bugaloo director Sam Firstenberg.
Okay, Firstenberg,
thank you. Actor Adolfo Shabadoo.
Oh, ranks.
Quinones?
I got that wrong.
Quinson.
Quinones.
Maven Quaid. And Bugaloo editor Marcus Manton. That's easy enough. The elements of hip-hop.
Uh-huh.
The culture of hip-hop. That's a whole other segment. Not anything to do with the elements of hip-hop. Shout-outs. That's what they just go, Ellen! And Living Legends montage, and then the original trailer. The reason that this movie has such a fondness in my heart is because of the gentleman that danced with that broom And you know how the broom floated in the movie?
Gene Kelly?
Yeah, this ain't
Fred Astaire?
This ain't gonna work. Michael Chambers, who played Turbo in the movie, who now is 49 years old. He was born in 1967. But he in Breaking and Michael Bugaloo Shrimp Chambers is another name that he has. He taught me how to breakdance at TJ through my father paying him $70.
Really?
My father paid him $70 for me to learn this. And look at this. I learned this too.
All right.
Yeah, it's all in the eyes, too. Look at my eyes when I do it.
Yeah.
You don't know about that. You don't know.
I don't.
$70 is what the course costs, and my dad paid for it. Of all the things that he ever did for me, he paid for my breakdancing course. I'm out of breath. 1 second. But yes, I learned from Michael Chambers when I was a kid, and he's in Breaking 1 and Breaking 2, and I think that's just amazing. Wow, I danced too much. I'm sorry, Ferg.
That's okay.
So that's my exciting. What are you doing? Why are you looking over there?
Can you hang on 1 second?
Who?
Hang on 1 second. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Hold on.
I hope you come back. Ferg had a concerned look on his face, and then he got up and left. Is Sarah home? Is the tape coming off of Sarah's arms? Let's listen intently as we see what happens. I'm so nervous. So how's everybody been? He's coming back. He's getting his headphones. He's putting on...
All right, it sounded like the door opened.
Ferg does this when he's alone at home.
Okay.
Oh, God. I said to the nice listening audience that you had to reapply the tape because Sarah was getting out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it did sound like there was a noise coming from downstairs.
The call is coming from inside the house.
Oh, God.
So that's it. Breaking. I love it. Breaking 2's on here. I don't think I've ever seen Breaking 2 because I was out of breakdancing by the time that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was good at it. We took cardboard down to the supermarket and I danced in front of everybody and they threw coins at us. Not in the hat, but they threw them at us.
That's funny.
Hey, Ferg.
Hey.
You ready for the listener mailbox?
Oh, boy, am I, Kevin.
Welcome to the Please Stand By Listener Mailbox. Please enter code 571408937 to continue. Listener Mailbox in progress. Enjoy your mail.
Well, here we are again.
Thank you, voice.
I went ahead. What did you say?
Said thank you, voice.
Oh, thank you, voice. Every show I put online, please ask us anything. Today I said, Ferguson and I are recording another fine episode tonight of Please Stand By. We would love to hear from you and your loved ones. If the answer's in your future, please ask us. Is it about your love life? Ask us. Is it something like a dispute between you and your spouse? Ask us. If you need a lawyer, don't ask.
Don't ask.
So we did. We got a bunch of likes, I'm surprised, more than questions. No, we got a good amount. Oh, you liked it. That was nice of you to like this. Matt Daly says...
Mighty Matt D!
Matt D! He says, the first couple of times I heard Bob Shermack and Sal LaSalle, I thought they were different people. Now the illusion has been shattered. How do I move on?
I wonder if he really thought that.
I don't know, Matt. No, Matt's pretty smart. Well, Matt, I know that feeling, and I just want you to know that we made up Mark David Little.
We did.
He does not exist at all.
No. It's Kevin and I get together and do the Tube Tunes podcast.
That's right. Our voices mixed together, and we try to talk in unison.
Right. We put it through a Fairchild limiter, and then it comes out sounding like that.
Perfect every single time. That was an expensive one. Thank you, Kevin McLaughlin, for that Fairchild limiter.
Exactly, yeah.
It came with the Omaha Steaks. Yeah. And then Montgomery Scott says,
How do you think I feel? My wife's suing me for wrongful medication. Help me out. Would she read that?
Wrongful medical detention. What does that mean?
Well, it means he's going to lose the case.
Oh, okay.
Because we just told you what is up. I apologized to him, but I said, we'll tell you what's up. Ferg and I, Unison, Tube Tunes, ours, tubetunes.net.
It's a great podcast. You should really check it out.
Really, check it out.
Yep.
You're up.
Oh, okay. This is from Brian, roboticist, host of the wonderful Toys R Us. Wait, what's it called?
Toys R Us Report. I see robots.
Toys R Us Report. Oh, sometimes I blank out. Like the time I couldn't remember my coworker's name when I was introducing her to my wife.
At least you know what game system you use, right?
Yes.
What is it?
So it's what Brian from the Toys R Us Report, I'm ignoring you, Kevin, says, Ferg, what is a lobster roll and can you get them at Crabtown? Well, a lobster roll is a roll with lobster in it, specifically a hot dog roll. And no, you cannot get them at Crabtown because the lobster roll is more from Maine. And Crabtown is in Maryland, and Maryland is more like crab cakes.
Yeah, it seems like you have in Maryland, well, I had in Maryland too, the Baltimore aquarium area. That was the, what was that called? The Baltimore Wharf? The Baltimore...
Fadley's.
And you could get seafood there. I've gotten sick every single time I've eaten at Baltimore Harbor. At the Baltimore Harbor, every time I've gone, I've gotten sick. And I'm sorry, businesses along the harbor, but
I went to Fadley's there. It was really, really good.
Really?
But they're really expensive. Lobster rolls are expensive, and crab cakes are expensive.
Do you have lobster rolls at your McDonald's? Because we do.
No, you guys, we don't have them. I saw them in Maine, but I would not buy a lobster roll at McDonald's.
It's only $7.
Yeah, that's why.
If you open up the lobster roll and you put it to your ear and listen really close.
La 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 la.
Okay.
So good.
Okay, so Brian goes on to say, I think I meant pork roll.
Oh.
In which case is a delicious pork treat from Trenton, New Jersey.
Case pork roll, baby, all the way.
Taylor ham all the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, we pretend to argue like that.
I did have Case, and it was actually very good. I liked it. So.
Yeah, we argue like that because together, that's why there's three names of Mark David Little.
Right.
Because he plays Mark, I play David, and together it makes the whole word smaller, Little.
Yeah, we called it Little because putting the two of us together is absolutely not little, so we wanted
it was like a play on words.
It was a play on words that made us feel better, yeah.
So, Jim Goebel asks...
Atari!
Jim Goebel says, don't you think that if this was a TNA episode, that more people would be interested instead of the Q&A he's talking about?
Not an RTNA.
I think I have more A than T. What do you have?
That's a good question. Probably more T.
Yeah, you have knobby nipples.
Yeah, but I noticed when it's a lot more noticeable when you have to put cream all over your body.
Am I right, lady? Oh my gosh. Your turn for Philip Carey.
Philip, do either of you believe in ghosts? See, now this is a weird question because I will answer this seriously.
Please.
When I, maybe about 10 years ago now, my coworker was really sick.
Yeah.
And she was in the hospital. She smoked. I don't know if she had emphysema. I don't think she did.
God bless her.
But,
either way.
yeah, she was really sick. And I work at night, as most people know. So I'm there by myself. Shh.
Wow. I feel like I'm talking to the Fonz.
Yeah. So I work by myself. And every once in a while, I hear a noise or something that freaks me out, and the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, and I don't know what it is. So there was this one night I was working when she was in the hospital, and I thought I saw somebody walk by when I was by myself that looked like her, but it didn't freak me out. And then my other coworker came in that morning and told me that she had passed away that night. Yeah. So I don't know.
So your answer basically is the same as it was before. You just wasted everybody's time on that story?
Sure. Okay.
No, I think what you're saying. I think what you're saying is the possibility is
quit.
pretty.
I'm out.
Dude, come on. What are you going to do? Your other podcast titled
The Atari 2600 Game by Game podcast. Atari by Atari.
Oh God.
It's by Atari.
Okay. Now listen, you told that story, so obviously you do have some belief in it. And if that's if that's when people ask you about ghosts and that's the first story you think about,
that's the only one I have.
That's fine. That can count.
Yeah.
So yeah, you think that's a possibility. Here's my only one that makes me think that is a possibility. Driving to work in a car that my dad left me when he passed away, which happened to be his mother's, which I really didn't want it. I really wanted the Impala from 2000 that he bought. That was mint condition and perfect, but no, that goes to his new wife. Why? I don't know.
Okay.
But my point being that I ended up with the, it was a Ford Taurus from 1987. It was basically the same Taurus that RoboCop drove in the first movie. That was a black Ford Taurus.
Sorry, I only saw it once back in the 80s. I don't
spray
remember.
Well, yeah, but you can list every Atari game by name.
I'm not a car guy. I'm sorry.
But you can list them Atari games. But my point is, I'm driving the car down the street on the way to work, too. And that's what made this even worse. And I was driving to work, and I said something out loud like, "Thank you, Dad. I guess I do need this car right now because my other car hit the dust." And I remember saying that out loud. "Thank you, Dad, because I guess I did need this car," kind of, like nonchalant, jokingly. And an overwhelming smell of Brute entered the car, which is what my dad wore all the time. Yeah, and I mean like overwhelming. And like somebody spilled the bottle in the car.
Yeah.
And I look over next to me, and it felt like something was sitting there. And I overcame with a wave of emotion. I said, "Dad, not now. I'm going to work. I just can't." And it felt like, and I started crying, and it felt like something got sucked away from me. Like he knew he scared me, kind of. So he just took it all away. And unfortunately, I haven't had it that strong again since. So I think I missed an opportunity, which would have been neat to experience something. But so do I believe in ghosts? I think the possibility is there. I'm a huge believer that why would you waste your afterlife here if you can have something somewhere else?
Yeah.
Afterlife, whatever you want to call it. But why waste here? If there is such a thing as becoming a ghost, you should be able to go to where the ghosts go. Where the cool ghosts go. So, yeah, that's my thought.
Sounds good.
So now we go on to Sean Courtney, who asks this question. When somebody dies, why do people say, "God rest the person's soul," quote unquote, when it's the body that is resting, but the soul lives on? Oh, mon frere contraire, my derriere. I swear.
What? Are you having a stroke?
I smell toast. It is a great question, Sean. This is a question more for Doug and myself, for the
pastor and the pappy.
Pastor and the pappy. But the question is here, and we have to answer it. So I will do so thusly and vigorously. The soul does not rest. The soul carries onward. The body rests. I don't know how to answer this right. Let me read the question again. When someone dies, why do people say...
agree with him.
God rest your soul is what you'll hear. God rest his soul. Because, all right, this is why. When someone says my name, let's say Ferg passed away. Now, I do the podcast on just by myself. Please stand by. It becomes utter boring. But I say, well, my co-host would be Ferg, God rest his soul, because I mentioned his name. Therefore, I stirred something in him after he passed away. And he's probably going, what, who, what, who, what? And then I say, God rest his skull. God rest his skull. Just a little dip and keeps on ticking.
That's how I died from mouth cancer.
Mouth cancer.
Tobacco. Yeah.
And I thought it was all the creams.
And, a lot of creams, yeah.
A lot of creams. And So that's it. I would think that you're stirring the person's soul when you mention them, and that's why they say, God rest his soul. Normally here in the southern states, like someone passes away, how is Julius's family doing? God rest his soul. Mm-hmm.
Did you answer the question?
Yeah, I did. You're stirring the soul of the person that's why they say God rest it. Let's go on to the next one.
But what about the body?
The body? When it's the body that's resting, the body's resting, the body's decaying and turning into mush and
I guess
guts,
it's not really resting.
Bugs, and then all of a sudden it's just bones.
Nothing going on in that body.
You are resting the bones.
Shake that body. Am I next?
Next up, there, bud.
Eric Purcell, because I can't trill my R's, says, does Guy Fieri ever break down your front door demanding to get a first-class ticket to Flavortown? When you bust out the Folgers crystals, we're rolling out! We're going to Kevin's house, throwing out all his fucking Folgers crystals.
You know we are. And what we're going to do is stop off and grab a cup, and we're going to enjoy it.
Then we're going to slather some donkey sauce on it and shove it in our mouth upside down.
And then when we eat it, we're going to swallow it over right side up.
That is on point.
You said the name right. It's not
Guy Fieri.
Fieri.
Fieri. He says Fieri.
It's Fieri.
It's Fieri.
It's
like
not.
Spaghetti.
There's no Yeti in it.
There is. You see that hair he's got?
That's a wig. You can buy those. He just cut off the brim of the baseball hat that it came with. All right, the next question. Did we answer that?
Basically, the answer is no.
No. I'm not a big Guy Fieri fan.
I do like the show. He could be a little over the top sometimes.
And I don't like people who call themselves Yetis just because their hair is weird.
Right.
And any guy who cooks like that with ear piercings, you know that somebody's food is going to be crunchy.
I've never seen him cook anything.
That's true. I think he just eats.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do get a ticket, Class A ticket to Flavortown.
No, we don't.
Sure we do?
Nope.
All right, now we go on to Mr. Bill Whittington.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
What does that have to
Not
do
that,
with?
no? Okay,
No.
sorry.
Oh, that's because I get it because Bill Whittington wrote that.
Yes! La, la, la.
It was pretty close. Who is your favorite actor / actress? Well, obvious. If you put the question like that, it's going to have to be Caitlyn Jenner. Come on, Ferg. Come on. That is funny.
Do you have a real answer? I think mine...
Oh, Ploppus. Come on. You first, yes, and then I'll think.
I think it's for a while it was Michael Keaton, but then I got out of him, but now it's kind of circling back from what I've seen of him lately.
Yeah.
I've seen quite a few movies with him lately, so I like him a lot.
Excellent choice.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I picked that. Let me think. If I had to choose my favorite actor, and this is just like currently because of it changes depending on what I'm watching. Like sometimes, depending on the movie, it's Jack Nicholson, but it has to be like an incredible movie. Although he gets a lot of crap, Tom Cruise can act.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can act.
He makes pretty good movies too.
Yeah. If I had to pick one, like of all time, Jimmy Stewart, hands down.
Jimmy Stewart's good. Yeah, I like him.
God, that's hard to answer.
It is.
I said, thank you, Bill. You mean aside from yourself? And then he says, you flatter me, but I'm not an actress.
You have a favorite actress?
Oh, yeah, the actress. We have to do that. You go first.
I think probably Julianne Moore, because she, when you watch her, if you watch like Meryl Streep, it's like, oh, it's Meryl Streep. But if you watch Julianne Moore, you don't really think it's Julianne Moore. You think it's more the character. Does that make any sense?
No, I completely understand.
Yeah.
You can get lost in Julianne Moore.
Yeah. She's been in a lot of good movies too.
For me, Barbra Streisand.
Really?
Yeah, I think she's a great actress.
cool.
Not being funny and silly either. I really like her. Otherwise, I don't think women should act because that's not where they belong.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, that isolated our 3 women listeners.
I'm kidding. Surely I jest. Let me think. If I had to pick a good woman actor, although I'm really upset with how she's physically destroyed the way she looks, because she's so beautiful, and I mean was. Nicole Kidman can really act.
I haven't seen very many of her movies, actually, but I like the...
Stepford Wives is one of my favorites.
I haven't seen that one. Which is the one I saw that I liked?
Jennifer Aniston is one hell of an actress.
She's very good.
Yeah, and she's wonderful to think of. Thinking of her now.
I want to see Horrible Bosses. I heard that was really good. Maybe not the second one. No, I haven't.
Oh, I've seen them both, and I love them both, and they're great.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like Jason Bateman
Kevin
a lot,
Spacey. He's a good actor.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Spacey's a great actor. Christopher Walken is a good actor,
all right,
too.
We're just going to be naming actors all night long, so we got to stop.
John Travolta. Tony Danza.
Tony Danza. Hold me closer, Tony Danza. Ride your taxi on the highway.
I didn't know the words.
Okay.
So that's it. We spent an hour on that.
Yeah, we did. Thank you guys for your questions.
Oh, wait, there's 3 more.
No, there's not.
Well, now, Ferg, you want to do some good news?
Let's do some good news, Kevin.
Let's do it like we do it like we did back in the day.
That's right.
Good news, everyone.
Uh-oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Good news, everyone. Report to my bedroom for a private exhibition. Oh, great news, everyone.
Shove it, we quit.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. All right, so we're going to talk about news. Sorry about clapping. There was a mosquito flying around. I hate mosquitoes because I don't want to catch anything, and I hate that. You know their blood is filled with toxins, not to mention tainted blood from other people, and that's how zombies begin. Isn't that true, Ferg? But speaking
that is absolutely true, yes.
Speaking of good news, you don't want to talk about that right now. Let's go ahead and start our good news with Ferg Ferguson, live from Delmarva. Hey, Ferg, what do you got for us today?
Well, actually, both of our good news comes out of bad news, but I think we're trying to focus on the good part of it. So
I'm going to address that afterwards.
Okay. So they both have to do with Hurricane Harvey. There was a Mexican bakery in Houston called El Bolillo Bakery. There were 4 bakers that were working a late shift, which I can totally identify with. They could not leave the bakery because the water levels on the street got too high. So they just stayed and made bread and then distributed the bread around the town to the shelters and stuff, which was really, really nice of them to do.
That is overly sweet.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool. It made me feel good as a baker.
What about a candlestick maker?
What's your news, Kevin?
My news happens to do with Anheuser-Busch. Anheuser-Busch Brewery.
Where does she hide it?
Say it again because I missed it, Ferg.
I said, where does she hide it?
So, Anheuser-Busch Brewery put beer production on hold this week instead to can their water to distribute to the flood victims from Hurricane Harvey. More than 50,000 cans of emergency drinking water were sent from the brewery's company in Cartersville, Georgia, which I think is freaking awesome.
That's very cool, yeah, because I think some of the towns there, the water... it's shut off.
It's obviously tainted and no good. What a mess. God bless everybody down there. And the Tupas as well. Christopher Tupa's been going through
they're okay.
They're okay.
They didn't have.
They've had a lot of. Poor Chris's back is out from doing all the work. He's been helping out.
Yeah, that's good.
And
I went on. If you have any extra money and you want to donate to anybody in Harvey, you go to charitynavigator.com, I think it is. Mm-hmm. And if you go there, right on the homepage, they'll have a bunch of different charities that you can donate to for the people in Harvey.
Trustworthy?
Yeah, it's a Charity Navigator site, so they tell you all the different charities where the money goes and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
good, because that's very important.
Transparency is important to the Charity Navigator. So
good, because there's a lot of suckers out there trying to.
There are. Yeah, it happens every time there's a disaster like this.
It's always got them, and then the people pretending they're cops and going out there and checking on people. So they made a curfew, and if anybody shows up after this hour, they ain't supposed to be showing up.
Right.
So that's very good. That's smart of the governor, I think, or the mayor. So yeah, prayers, and then what Ferg said, please visit the site. You know what I could do is put that on the show notes too.
Okay.
That'll help beneficially.
Sounds good.
Ferg, will you sing that song you sing oh so well?
Oh, this just in, Kevin. For Matt Lappy, Rue McClanahan, or B. Arthur?
You know, I've given this plenty of thought before, and I figured both would give me a great time. I'm thinking about a Golden Girl sandwich.
Oh, God.
But if I really had to pick, I'd have to go, unfortunately, sorry, Rue, you just don't do it for me. I'd have to go be Arthur. Something about tall women.
Yep.
And she was Maud.
She was Maud.
And you just all that stuff that she says, you just want to tell her what's up and just take her. And you say, look.
Let me ask a Sean Courtney type question about what you just said.
Sure.
If you have Rue McClanahan and B. Arthur and you, and it's a Golden Girl sandwich, that's not right. It would be a Kevin sandwich.
True, because they were the bread.
Right.
However, if I were to scissors them with my legs and had their arms wrapped around.
After these messages, I'll be right back.
You want to know where you can go to get some really good movies and reviews and things like that?
No.
I think you should, because there's a really good show. It's called The Theater Cast. What we do is talk about films and how they were made, why they were made, and how much money it cost to make them, and then we talk about if there should have been another one.
Oh, I think I've heard of that show.
What is it called?
Theater Cast?
With Lewis and Zerb. Come find it at www.zerbinator.wordpress.com, or you can find it on iTunes under the name
Theater Cast.
Lewis Talks Too Fast.
Sorry.
Check it out.
Lewis is hilarious, man. He's so funny.
Lewis. He's so naturally inquisitive, I guess is the word, or I don't know what to choose, but he's a brilliant young man, and he knows his stuff, and I love.
How old is he?
He's around 39.
Oh, okay.
5, 1, 2, 5, 2, 3, 4, 30. No, I don't know. He's young.
He's very funny.
He is. He's a real brilliant guy. He is the man. The reason I have all these DVDs. He's the one who helps me pick out what I want. Him and Mr. Bill Whittington, as a matter of fact.
Gotcha.
Are very close friends, and they find movies, they put them aside for me and go, you want this one? I'm like, yeah, thank you.
Cool.
Very cool,
That's
guys.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, son. You ready for some movies?
Yeah.
Have you seen any movies?
Atari!
Favorite is Pee-wee laughing at the end of that. That's my favorite.
Did I talk about Spider-Man?
No.
Okay, so we went to see Spider-Man at the theater when we were up in Maine. My Sarah and I, my nephew, and my brother-in-law went. My niece works at the theater.
Oh, sweet. That helps with the ticket prices.
We got to go in for free, which is really great. So we bought some popcorn and stuff. But it was really good. I love Spider-Man. Probably the only real Marvel calendar, Marvel character that I really like. And I've only seen the first movie, with Tobey Maguire.
Oh,
I would like to see the other ones.
I have them.
I love.
You want to come over?
Sure, I'll be right there.
All right.
I loved the TV show when I was a kid. That doesn't get talked about too much anymore. But this movie was really good. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. He was actually young, like Spider-Man's supposed to be in high school. I thought the whole not Mira Sorvino, what's her name?
Kirsten Dunst?
No, she played Aunt May. She was in
Sally Field?
Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei.
That was a little weird. Marissa Tomei playing Aunt May. It was a little odd.
Well, she's up there now,
Not Aunt May up there. Aunt May is like an old, like the grandma from Tweety Bird cartoons.
She passed away recently, by the way.
June Foray, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know all the voices she did, too.
She did a lot, yeah.
Very cool.
But anyway,
go ahead.
Spider-Man was really good. The theater chairs were very comfy. I enjoyed the movie.
Is that the one you recline in?
It was, I don't know what these were. They were amazing chairs. I've never sat in chairs in the movie theater like these. They were awesome.
Did it have buttons to recline and like Lazy Boys? Or?
No, I don't think so. I think it was like, I don't know if it was reclining or not. I think it was just really, really nice.
Plush. Poofy.
It was more like vinyl, but plush, if that makes any sense. Yeah, it's very cool. Very comfortable. What's your movie?
I saw Devil's Candy.
Now, I'm confusing this with something else, so tell me what it's about.
Cocaine. No, I'm kidding. It's about a struggling painter who is possessed by satanic forces after he and his young family moved to a dream home in rural Texas in this creepy haunted house tale. And I tell you what, it's very plain and ordinary by way of the look of the poster and the picture, and plain and ordinary by the description of the movie. Great movie, great acting, great everything, and the painting is scary when he gets going on it. And and it's I won't say it's realistic at all, but I'll tell you who was really good in this. If you take a look at the cast and you'll see the pictures, click on good old. His name is Pruitt Taylor Vince.
He's awesome.
This guy can act, and he scared me to
really
death.
Good. Yep.
He did such a good job of playing this gentleman that is just lost in the head and has so many damages. And it's scary from the beginning, and I won't go through the whole film, of course, but I got to tell you this part in the very beginning of the movie. Okay. It shows him in a room, and he's hearing voices. He wakes up in his bedroom, and his eyes are rolling around, and you could tell right away there's something wrong with him because Pruitt Taylor Vince can act. Here's another good actor. And he's looking around, and then you hear the voices getting louder. He stands up, and he's like shaking his head going, not again, not again. So he grabs this V guitar, this V-neck, not V-neck, what do they call flying V guitars? And he turns his Marshall amp real loud. He's just going, trying to drown out the voices in his head. And he does it again and again. And the look on his face of like satisfaction and lunacy. And his eyes, oh, he's so good at it. Such a good actor. And then his mom comes in and goes, "We're taking you back to the hospital." And then he gets a little crazy and things change from that point on. But well done. Just a really well done movie. It's on Netflix. Hit it if you wish. It's called Devil's Candy, and it's quite scary. It's really good.
Very good. Ethan Embry's in it from That Thing You Do.
Yes, Ethan Embry was very good in this. He played an incredible, different version of himself. Very heavy metal, very long, hairy. And a lot of Metallica music in this movie, too, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and it was appropriate. It was so perfectly mixed into the movie. And how it was used and what was going on in the movie. And it was really well done. Good movie.
Good.
I'm done.
Glad you liked it.
Me too. It was really good. Hey, Fergie, you want to show me your towels?
Oh, I do, Kevin.
Here we go.
It's a little splotchy, though.
That's all right. Ew.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Show me yours, my man.
Okay, so this is a game called Tank Command for the Atari 7800.
Wow.
For the Atari 7800.
I'm sorry, I was too busy looking at the game.
Yes, this is a cartridge-only game that I own.
That's pretty cool.
It came out in 1988, I want to say.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly, but it's one of two games that Froggo put out for the Atari 7800.
Nice. Froggo, I don't know.
For the Atari 7800.
Oh, shoot. I didn't pay attention. I am so sorry, everyone.
So Froggo is a company that put out a bunch of knockoff games for the 2600, Atari 2600. But then for the Atari 7800...
The password now is anti-disestablishmentarian.
Okay. They put out two original games for the 7800. This is one of them. This is the most expensive game for the Atari 7800. Unfortunately, is the only game that I do not have complete. I have every other 7800 game released in the box with the instructions except for this.
What are you missing on that?
The box and the instructions.
And that's it. Oh.
Yeah, they cost hundreds of dollars, so I got this.
A PDF file. Print out a PDF.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Who's going to know?
I will know. And everybody else that I know will know. Everybody else at the Atari party will know. But it's just too expensive to buy another copy. I got this one in Delaware junk shop for $5. So
that's not bad.
If I wanted to sell it, I could probably sell it for upwards of $100 by itself. So
wow.
Yeah, but the complete copy is a lot more money. So that's why I haven't been able to get it.
And that's in very good condition.
It is pretty good condition.
The sticker is not all scratched up. It's shiny from what I saw.
No, it's pretty nice. Yeah, because people put it in and it's like, I'm not playing this crap anymore. They put it away.
God, thank God for that.
Yeah,
it's good for the ones that collect it.
Right. So, what is your show and tell, Kevin?
Well, it's quite a cool thing to look at, but also to hear. So it comes with 8 buttons, and I will play them in sequence.
Okay. Why don't you play them in order instead?
Well, all right. That was button 1. Now for button 2.
Channel open.
Oh.
Button 3. Button 4.
Torpedoes away.
Button 5.
Battle station.
That was button 6.
Okay.
That was button 7. The old computer, that's button 8. It's a Star Trek desktop pen holder and Post-it note thingy that my mother gave me a long time ago. Now, it's Star Trek Next Generation apparel. I mean, it's set up like a Next Generation setup, but all the sounds are from the 1701.
I was going to say, I thought Spy heard Spock in there.
And you hear Spock with the... and then the old transporter.
Yeah.
The old computer.
Yeah.
And,
Channel open.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a chipmunked version of Spock. If I was to slow it down, you'd get the proper sound. But
okay.
So yeah, and it runs on 3 batteries, and it sits on your desk. Put it away. And makes a bunch of noise. So that was my show and tell.
Very cool. So that came out in the 80s when the Next Generation came out?
This I got for my 21st birthday, I think, or 22nd, so 1992.
Okay. Yeah.
If it came out before that, Mom just had it locked away and totally forgot about it. But when did the Next Generation start up? That was 90s.
I think it was 87 or something like that.
Okay, then. So, yeah.
88, somewhere around there, yeah.
Then maybe
cool.
87, 88.
Yeah, very cool.
Yep. And it's been sitting in there. I'm going to have a lot of show and tells now for a while.
I know.
I'm pretty booked up on it.
Big truck packed full of stuff.
All right, Fergus Nurgus, are you ready for music or music?
Yes.
Have you heard everything
Music.
What are you doing here, Kafira?
Well, I tell you what happened.
Okay.
So me and Hector had a little falling out, a little disagreement.
Okay.
And I just wanted to let you know that I'm sorry for what I have said to you. And I'm sorry that I would like us for to be friends, because I'm not looking for a relationship at the moment.
Okay, well, I never was, so.
No, Fred, please, let me tell you. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I want us just to be friends. So don't call me, okay?
I never have.
Don't call me, and also don't come and knocking on my door and
never have.
Midnight doing the booty call thing you do.
Never have. No, I never have done that.
Don't talk about my sweet ass.
I never have done that either.
Don't talk about, do you have any sugar because you have that sweet ass? None of that.
Nope.
And I think we'll be fine. And, I love you, and you'll come back to me one day. You shall see.
No.
Wow, dude. I thought she was gone for good.
Yeah, me too. Too bad she came back.
What happened to Hector?
I don't know.
What'd you hear?
Maybe Hector wised up.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
you ain't just a whistling in a Dixie, my friend. What in the world?
All right. So I listened to this. It's called The Monkeys by Request.
Ooh, new or old?
It's very old.
Oh.
It's a 3-disc set. It came out in 1989. It's on Arista Records, which I think they the Monkees were on Coal Gems. I think that Arista was the parent company at that point of Coal Gems.
I knew that.
Columbia or I don't know how that works. I forget. But anyway, this was like the first. I think Arista put out the first 4 albums here in America, but this is a Japanese import, and I didn't know what it was when I found it at Vintage Vinyl in Fords, New Jersey, in the early '90s.
Is the music in English?
Nothing's in English except for printed on the disc. So this was sealed. So I was like, okay, I'll buy it. It cost me like $40, but I was like, yeah, well, it's the Monkees. So this is before Rhino started putting out the CDs.
Oh, is the music's in Chinese too?
No, Japanese, Kevin. He said.
Oh, Japanese.
Yes. So no, the everything is in the writing's all in Japanese. Except for the music. Okay.
None of that,
except for the writing on the CDs and the music.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically kind of in order. What is wrong with you?
Your reaction to my stupidity is funny. Go on.
Yeah. So basically they go, I think Davy Jones was the one who toured Japan the most after the Monkees broke up. And this was post, when the big reunion happened.
You can run and hide, but they'll find you.
And there's a lot of Davy Jones stuff on here.
Oh.
Like pretty much every Davy Jones song is on this collection.
Because it was in Japan.
Yes. Yeah. They put it together. Mm-hmm. And they do a thing, I don't know, when I made mixtapes back in the 80s and stuff, I would make a list of songs in the order I wanted them to be in.
Absolutely.
And then I would record them. But if there was a song that I really loved that came at the end of the tape, I would go ahead and put that at the beginning of side 2. They did that with this. So on it's 3 CDs. So the first CD is the first 2.5 albums. Ooh. And then they go back to the second album, I'm a Believer, on the second CD. So it's all out of order and stuff. But it's a really good collection. Some of the mixes are different than they were released on the original records, and I haven't listened to it in a long time.
I appreciate that, though. Yeah.
It's in a Fat Boy case, the Fat Boy double CD case.
Yes.
With the third prong in there. But it's got this really groovy foam insert between the 2 CDs.
Oh, that's nice to keep them down.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, very nice. All right, what'd you listen to?
I listened to Steve Vai's Modern Primitive album, which came out June 24th, 2016. But this is Steve Vai's kind of newest CD. He put it out with the re-release 25-year edition of Passion Warfare. And I love Passion Warfare. That's my favorite album by Steve Vai. This album is... You get to a point when you listen to Steve Vai albums that you start predicting how his music is going to go. Just because... And I find that with a couple of musicians. Joe Satriani is another one who I think... I love Joe Satriani music, but I think there's a point where their creativity is replaced by their income. And it's like they just quit trying.
Yeah.
And then they'll sit down and they'll try to write a song, and it sounds like almost 3,000 other songs they've written in the past. So this album seems to break away from it. This album, they did pretty good. There's part 1, 2, and 3 of a song called Pink and Blows Over. And it's sort of like a weird Frank Zappa-esque type of thing, considering he was the guitarist for Frank Zappa. So it's a Frank Zappa,
that's right.
Yeah, Frank Zappa-esque type of very long tune. Altogether, I think it equals about 20 minutes. Part 1, 2, and 3, and it's very interesting because I fell asleep and I woke up in the middle of it and I was like, "Whoa, this is an awesome song," and I wasn't even on anything. And then the rest of the album is like old Steve Vai. It's creative. It's all over the place a little bit. And from what I understand, I think some of these songs were throwaways from the original Passion and Warfare 25 years ago. But he finished them up to make this new album called Modern Primitive because of the fact that it's old stuff and new stuff.
Very cool.
And yeah, there's a couple times you listen to it going, okay, I get it. That's going to happen. It did. Okay, let's go on to the next song. Maybe I'll be impressed. Do you ever get that with some musicians that you listen to nowadays that you listened to when you were a kid?
I think it's hard because usually for me, I think I like something if I don't know what's coming next because I know a little bit about music theory. Yeah. And I know the changes that should come next. And if it's different, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
That's my point.
Yeah, okay.
That's exactly my point. And I mean, it was cool. Like Steve Vai is one that breaks out of the realm of the way to write a song. He always goes for some other land. But he's gone to the same lands for the last 25 years. And it's like, come on, I know you could do better than this. Like, try a different rhythm. Yeah. Or try a different this, that. I don't know. It's me.
You know what? I'm sorry. I was
going to say Devin Townsend is one that I love, because if you really listen, there is so many layers of different things going on in every single song that break the boundaries of what you're supposed to do.
Right.
For a song. But go ahead. That's it.
I think you triggered a memory. When I was playing in bands in high school, I think it was probably 86 or something, we used to get Guitar World, maybe Guitar Player. I forget which, but they had the Plexi discs.
Oh, yeah.
Was there one by Steve Vai called Something Song?
Yeah.
It was... Yeah,
the Attitude Song.
Attitude Song. Thank you.
Yes. I did a cover of that. I should play that.
We listened to that incessantly, that flexi disc. Put a little quarter on the little round thing where it says put the coin there. Yeah, I love that song.
I'll do that. Tonight's ending song will be that song, as a matter of fact. I did a very cool cover of that. I hope I did a good cover. You can tell me.
I remember I wrote a riff when I was that age after I got an acoustic guitar, and it's basically that riff. I've forgotten about.
You stole that one completely?
Basically, yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Not in that time signature. So
on and off beat is all it is, except that he does double time with it, which kind of really screws up with your head because it's always on time.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
It's really weird. And at least now, when he plays it live, it's double time. When he did it on the album, it was more dun.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And it was always that extra kick that became the one where it was dun, and that was the one afterwards, and then it would go off and go back on. I love that song. And that's when he's creative. And then it starts to follow, they don't go back to the creative juices. They go for what can get me the most income this year.
Yeah.
I hate that. Hey, Ferg.
Hey, Kevin.
Can I borrow a quarter from you, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just going to put it in this little device right here.
Okay.
Have you played any video games?
I've been doing some pew-pew-pewing this week, Kev.
Well, then, did you wipe?
Surprise! Surprise! I was playing a game on the Atari 2600.
Really?
Yes, I was. Can you believe it?
No, not at all.
It's a game called Gravatar. It's actually a arcade game that Atari put out in 1982.
Yeah.
And then they put it out on the 2683. It was mail order only in 1983, so it was a super rare game.
Sort of like my first Bride.
Yeah. And then they released it later on to stores. But I think it was too late for anybody to care because it was the late 80s. But it's a hard game. It's a very hard game. In the arcade, it was a vector game, but of course the TV is not a vector. It's a raster.
What does that all mean, vector and raster?
Vector is just lines, and I don't know the
what does that mean?
Definition. Asteroids, when basically everything is just made up of lines.
No.
Or Tempest. Yeah, that's what vector is. Raster is just regular graphics that you see on the NES or Atari. Regular building graphics.
Okay. And vector is more detailed, like a Activision game.
No. Activision is also raster. The Vectrex is a vector system. Anyway, it's fun. It's hard. I like it. What's your game?
No, don't quit.
I don't have anything else to say. I got to save it for my show, Kevin.
Oh, my
The Atari 2600 Game by Game podcast, which will be out next Wednesday. Yeah, the good Lord willing and the creek don't rise.
My game was Carmageddon Max Damage.
Okay.
Do you know that one?
I'm not sure if I know what Carmageddon is.
Carmageddon came back originally, let me think about it while the page loads. 1997 was the original game. This was a vectress, comdress, G-dress digressing game.
What?
And, it has to do with lines and squares. I don't know any of this stuff. It's
obviously
a vehicular combat game
Okay.
And it was later ported to other platforms also, it was inspired by a 1975 cult movie, Death Race 2000.
Oh, okay.
And that's how this game came about. It was published by Interplay and SCI and produced by Stainless Games. Now, in 2011, Stainless Games obtained the rights for Carmageddon and then just went nuts with it. They bought it from Square Enix in Europe. But basically, I had the original game, and I can't believe how crappy the original game is. It comes with this game that I downloaded, the Carmageddon Max Damage. And the object of the game is to run over as many people as you can, run over as many cows, run over dogs and sheep, and crash into your buddies. You get a whole bunch of points for getting different parts of your car, guns, and then you can shoot out mines, and they call it mine farting, where you toot them out the back, and oil spills, silent but deadly gas releases. It's awesome. And it's such a cool game, and it's fun to play, and it was cheap.
This mindless fun is always good.
And mindless fun is always great, and this is definitely...
Sometimes you need that, yeah.
I used to have the TDR 2000, which came out in 2000. That was the game that was really fun to play.
Okay.
But this version that I have, the download came with the original game on there, too, and it actually operates in an old DOS fake format, so it's like set up like DOS. And you have to get it to play that way. So, but it was a fun game. I really like it.
Good. I'm glad you liked it.
Well, Fergie, it's time now for the end song for the night.
Okay.
I did that in Tim Conway Ease.
You did?
Yeah.
All right.
I found a treasure house of music. The sound engineer is ready. The musicians are set. Now examined and found flawless, it is recorded for you by the world's greatest artist.
That's right. The greatest artist tonight, of course, is myself again. We mentioned early that we were talking about the Attitude song, so here's a clip of that song that I will play for you tonight.
Nice.
I did this drums, guitars, bass. Real bass this time.
Cool.
In case you question. All right, here we go. You'll hear the rest of it at the end of the show here tonight.
Very cool.
What's cool is doing what Steve Vai does, which is double tracking. You know, he'd triple track your voice or whatever to sound like Queen.
Yeah.
Or the Beatles. Steve Vai would do that with his guitar solos. He would triple track.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And I did that. Oh, it was fun. And
Very nice, Kevin.
It sounds good. Thank you. And it's so fun to do that too. You can't mess up when you do that too, because if you mess up, one of them sounds like crap. Then you got to figure out which one it was.
Yeah.
So thank you again for another show.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you guys for asking your questions. Thank you, Ferg. And as you know, it is time to go. So instead of me asking you, Ferg, I'm going to sing to you.
Won't you please join us next time when Ferg says.
What do you say, Ferg?
You're gonna need an ocean of calamine lotion.
Say a prayer for Fergie's itches.
No, you don't need to say a prayer for that.
I didn't get to push that through the whole show. All right. Thank you, buddy.
Zerbinator's music and podcasts are under the Creative Commons license, which allows retelling and rebroadcasting as long as the author is notified and credited. For more great escape pods, please visit www.zerbinator.wordpress.com. If you would like to contact Zerbinatorland, you can send an email to instrumentally@gmail.com or give us a call at 571-408-ZERB or 9372.